Hi and welcome to another video by me. This one on the Saturday before Christmas. Sounds like a Dickens tale, but yeah, the Saturday before Christmas, so Christmas Eve. Saturday being Strat day, I thought I'd do a quick comparison because I had the Strat out and I had my Tele out because I was just doing a little bit of adjustment on the neck, etc. Something long overdue on the Telecaster, but it's one of those ones with the classic truss rod was down at the body end of the neck, which just makes everything an absolute chore. So anyway, Strat wise, we've got Bert, which is a 2014, so relatively new. I bought it second hand though, but was kind of horribly fortunate enough to take advantage of someone who just needed money and got it silly cheap with a little Yamaha THR5 amp as well, which I then sold on the amp. So this cost me next to nothing. It's all fairly standard, apart from changed out the scratch plate and a matching cavity cover on the back for a tortoise shell, because it was just all white, 100%, sort of like other than this kind of Olympic off-white body. And the string tree it came on, it was one of those Mexican style, because this is a Mexican Strat, just wavy bits of metal, and it bent, whether he dropped it or whatever, I'm not sure, but there's no damage to it other than that. Yeah, it's in brilliant condition and plays really well. So that's Bert. And then we have Terry, my Mexican Telecaster. So both Mexican, both made in the same plant. It's not a 100% fair comparison in that this has got a rosewood neck and this has got a maple neck, or fretboard should I say. They've both got maple necks, but this one's got a rosewood fingerboard, this one's got a maple fingerboard. This one is one piece neck and fingerboard with the skunk stripe down the back where they've used to insert the truss rod. This is obviously a two-piece, so it's the truss rod's fitted underneath the fretboard. Again, this is relatively standard. I've put in a four-way switch. Let me put Bert down. I've put in a four-way switch, the fourth position being both pickups in parallel or series. I can never remember, but the setting that gives it a boosted output, parallel, I believe. And I've put the bridge back to kind of what it should have been. Because when I bought it second hand ages ago, this is like a 2003. Yeah, and when I bought it, it had been replaced with a sort of a modern player style bridge with the modern compensated saddles, whereas I've now put it back to the surrounded bridge, a kind of ashtray style bridge with compensated brass saddles. Still the old school Mexican saddle, string tree, still the original tuners, holds its tune really quite well. This, going by the sort of serial number details I got off of Fender not long after I bought it, is limited to 1,000 units because it's a limited edition rosewood veneer. It's an alder body with a rosewood veneer front and back. Yeah, it was in really good condition until recently when I took a tiny little nick out of the top corner at the back. I'll put a little picture up, you can barely see it. But yeah, it's a great guitar. This is Terry. I had it since probably 2005, 2006, 2007, something like that. So the guy, again, much like the Strat, hadn't had it long. So the Strat is plugged in, so we'll go to that first. What I'm going to do, rather than talking, you'll be pleased to know, is I will just rattle through some pickups. I'll go from fully clean to a mild overdrive to an amp overdrive. Both amps are working. The Vox is on the right and the Black Star on the left. So as I step up the gain stages, I'll also kick in the Tube Screamer clone, the LongAmp Ultra Distortion on the Vox at the same time. So, excuse me, I'll go from just the overdrive to give it a sort of a boost, as such, and then I'll add the actual boost to boost the overdrive to put it into like proper chuggable amp territory. So completely clean. It's going to be a bit awkward because obviously that's got the 3/4-way selector switch and this has got 5. So what I'll probably do is bridge middle setting, and then I'll go to the middle pickup and jump to that middle soundbite at the same time, just because that can't cover the tonal range that this can. But anyway, so completely clean, mild, well, no, I don't do mild overdrive, medium overdrive, and then heavy as hell overdrive. So there you have it, just a quick kind of idea of the sounds. I play nearly everything in like a drop D tuning, so they've both got similar age strings on. I use Ernie Ball hybrid cylinder keys, so you've got like a 9 gauge on the thinner strings and a 10 gauge on the thicker strings, so you get a bit more bottom end and a bit more sort of beef to the strings when you're tuning down. But yeah, you can kind of understand why a lot of people say a Telecaster is kind of the middle ground between, like say, a Les Paul and a Strat. The Strat has that kind of really chimey treble on the bridge pickup, which is one of the things I always used to think about a Telecaster. So many moons ago, when I was like a complete metalhead teenager, I didn't like Telecasters. I never wanted one because that's how I saw them. But it's potentially because I just, you know, heard that kind of like chicken picking style of kind of bing, 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 and kind of, that's an awesome representation, and kind of sort of tied that in with, you know, the guitar, which yes, a lot of chicken pickers do use Telecasters, and I'm in awe of them in reality of how they play the guitar, but that doesn't really represent this. I play this like, you know, like a lot of sort of alternative rock kind of people would, in a fuck ton of gain, just because I like the treble cutting through, much the same as the Strat, the same as say Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro or bands like Arcane Roots, etc. You can really hear the bridge pickup. I believe that Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro never even uses any other pickup other than the bridge, pretty much, especially in a live scenario, where especially on the earlier stuff. May have done never branched out into more commercially kind of access orientated music. So yeah, just chuck into a quick tune as I usually do, and the Vox will be using, because it's my kind of dry amp, will be just using some overdrive, and the Black Star will be using my Rovwell Tornado and the ARP 87 delay from Walrus Audio and the LongAmp Moonraker reverb. Anyway, that's about it really. It's hot as hell in here, even though it's the Saturday before Christmas. The heating's not on, but I've got some sort of man lurg coming on, I feel. So yeah, I'm sweating my tits off. Anyway, cheers for watching. I hope the comparison was of some kind of interest to you. If so, please do subscribe, hit the like button, etc. Constructive criticism and comments below, welcome. Being a dick and trolling is not, that's just being an arsehole. Anyway, cheers for watching, bye bye.